For the last 32 years we've been running a youth centre. Started off just a one-night-a-week club and then grew into a full-time youth centre working with 5 to 16, 17-year-olds. But we did notice that there was an increasing problem with young people dropping out of mainstream education. And during the day they would just be floating around the streets and would be very much at risk in all sorts of ways. So a couple of years ago we started a space project which was to pick up on these youngsters during the day, and that's what it does. We call it a youth support unit in that it supports young people while they make their way back into education, or supports them while they're having difficulties with mainstream education. Some of them are referred part-time from schools, some of them have dropped out of the education system altogether and just are on no school roll at all. But the go-karting was youngsters from space, and that's hair-raising really. They managed to get some colossal speeds on the circuit. I didn't have a go this time. I did the last time. It got rammed into the barriers, so I decided I wouldn't try it again.
Young people only come to Middlegate if they want to come, if they feel motivated to change their lifestyle. Then they will be allowed to come to Middlegate. Nobody is forced to come here. We run a 12-week programme in all. That includes group work, behaviour work, relapse, counselling, alternative therapies, anger management, life skills and activities. When young people come to Middlegate, they're usually in a pretty poor state of health. When they come to Middlegate, they have all the health checks, and after 12 weeks, indeed, they'll leave the programme a healthy young person ready to go back into society.
Yeah, it got me back into the routine of schoolwork, even though it wasn't a full working school day or working day. It got me back into school, a routine of doing schoolwork, and it got my brain working again.
I normally get them to do like file dividers for each different subject, which gives me an indication about how the writing is, what the presentation's like, and gradually ease them back into education by choosing subjects that they actually like to do.
I wasn't going anywhere in life and I wanted to start again like. So since January or December time I've been clean, 100% off all drugs. And I've been doing a lot of community work, volunteer work. I did the Lincoln 10K run in 58 minutes, which is a good time for me.
This project is very much about targeting the 10 most disadvantaged wards across Leicester, areas of disadvantage, profound health inequalities, and it was to try to come up with imaginative ideas, not for the sake of it, but how to engage with people that aren't normally accessing mainstream services.
Hello, do you need a smoking cessation?
Oh, yes. I take it you want to stop smoking?
I do, but I've not got a lot of willpower myself. I was wondering what kind of things, there are to help me.
You've got to have a date in your mind when you're going to stop.
I'd like to stop as soon as possible.
So you're not just there to enable people to give up smoking, it's the actual process that is, to me, of fundamental importance, because whether it's smoking, whether it's around substance misuse, whether it's around exercise, it's about that joined up approach.
People come to us from all walks of life with all sorts of needs. People can find themselves homeless at any stage of their life, and what is often used as a cliche there, but for the grace of God go I, is very true. But when people are down on their luck or feeling lonely and in need of support, then they know that they've only got to come to our drop-in and ring the doorbell, and they will be made welcome, regardless of whether they have a faith or none, and whatever background, we welcome all people through the doors.
Centrepoint doesn't discriminate between people. They take them for all sorts of reasons. Centrepoint, when all the residents are together and the staff as well, it's more like a family atmosphere.
I've been living at Centrepoint since November, and it took me 3 months to get in here, and I was homeless before I got in here. I was actually housed in a hostel with my daughter, and I got evicted. I appealed to the eviction and it didn't, they threw it in the bin basically. So the best thing was my daughter stayed with my sister, and that's how I ended up here at Centrepoint. There was nowhere else to go.